Okay, guys. I wanted to make this video to further discuss the benefits of having large language models running locally. In this video here, it kind of complements an earlier video that I did when I talked about Open Web UI. The difference is that there's another application that I'm using called LatentChat, which is basically an iOS application that allows you to use your own knowledge base, which actually is the only application that allows you to use your own knowledge base. And the good thing about it is that if you didn't have the luxury of using a desktop, or a MacBook, and you had an iPad, then the good thing, then basically you could use your iPad to solve the same use case of having your own personal assistant from a mobile standpoint without carrying around so much hardware. And so it works pretty much the same. I'll show you the differences. This is using my Open Web UI setup. And I'm going to use the same knowledge and ask the same question. Explain V and V. And this is basically pulling from my knowledge base. And it comes back. And basically this is pulling information from my base model and custom knowledge. And it's pretty descriptive. And it has a link to my PDF, shows me the relevance, and it goes right to where it's pulling the knowledge from. Now, let's look at LatentChat, which is an iOS LLM hosting software that allows you to use your own knowledge. Let's go ahead and ask it the same question, and let me pull in the same knowledge and say, explain VE and V. Let's take a look, see what comes back. The difference is that it's a little bit more concise than what you'd see over here in the web UI version. The web UI version, Open Web UI version, is a little bit more detailed and also gives you a link to your PDF, whereas LatentChat pretty much gives you a summarization, but you can look at it both ways. Where I mean, some people might like the more concise answers, and what the iOS version does, it goes out and it uses the base model that you choose of your choice, and it also uses your information that you plug in on your knowledge base, and it kind of like gives you a summarization. So I think that they both have pros and cons. But the good thing is that the ability to be able to carry around your iPad and be offline and actually have a knowledge base that's even more portable than carrying around a MacBook, or having to rely on your desktop. Now, one use case that I was playing around with, I was talking to my friends, and I was asking them what ways could I improve them, help them improve their business in regards to like documentation or having a personal assistant. And I talked with one of my friends who's a landlord, and he was saying, well, I do lease agreements, and I do late notices, and I also have other documentation that I keep out on Google Drive that I would also like to leverage whatever you're offering to improve my business. I said, okay, cool. I said, I tell you what, let's just do a simple use case. And let me show you what you could do as far as like if you didn't have your own personal lease agreement, you want to create one on the fly, because he wasn't that familiar with ChatGPT or language models. And so I say, take a look at this. I say, this is cool. I say, well, could you create me a sample contract for services for software services between two parties. And we click here, and it would create me a sample contract. At that point there, as you know, once the contract is once it's finished, let's let that go and finish. Looks good. we could always copy this and we can paste it over into either Apple Notes or we can paste it over into Pages. And at that point there, once we have it within Pages or Apple Notes, we can do a variety of things on the iPad to either clean it up, or we can use Apple Intelligence, which is very, very, very good for like cleaning up context and cleaning up content. And at that point there, you have options to distribute or send this out to your clients. Let's just go over here. Let's just say this is one that I created as a use case when I was talking with them. And this is one that was generated. At that point, I put it inside of Apple Notes and I converted it to a PDF. And at that point, once it's there, then you can share it out via AirDrop, messages, mail, whatever, which is kind of cool. So that was pretty much a good use case for him as far as streamlining his one portion of his business to be automated using portable LLMs and distributing information out to his lessors. And so really that's kind of what I wanted to put together a video that complements a previous video that I posted on YouTube in regards to how you can use language models, not just on a MacBook or a desktop, but also on an iPad. Okay? Okay, that's about it. That's about all I have for today. Thanks, guys.